Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon. YouTube, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all my other social media platforms I'm on. Good afternoon. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 West of County, New York. We are in the motherfucking house. We're doing another live video real quick. We're not going to be up here that long. I just want to share to my audience, those that care. And I understand that people are afraid of different languages. They are afraid of learning something new. I'm not afraid of learning anything new. I've been on this earth 51 years and I come from a background where certain languages were cut off to me because the house I grew up in. And when I got free from that house, when that woman died, I became more free than anything in the world. A shout out to the chat. The woman that raised me, she was a certified nurse assistant. And I don't know how you become a certified nurse assistant or nurse's aide for 33 years. I don't know how that fucking happens. Queen Regina, I hope you can hit the link and tell me about how this happens. How a woman gets stuck being a nurse's aide or a certified nurse assistant is beyond me. But there was a group of them during the 80s and 90s. A shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm not trying to downplay the woman that raised me, but she was a savage. She was a savage. She did. She went to church every Sunday. She paid money to the church. I think she only did that to do certain things. They gave her a door opening to do certain things. She was free to do whatever she wanted to do when she paid her money to the church. She taught a lot about money to certain avenues of life. She said, sometime Arabia, they don't even want to see you or your money coming. And she was right. Shout out to her. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But I just want to come up here and share what I've been learning on these different languages. I learned different things in Spanish, different things in Swahili. And one of the phrases in Swahili, I'm going to share with the rest of you. Y'all ready? Ni mi kuwa. Ni mi kuwa. Niki kutaki. Ni mi. No. Let's say it again. Let's correct ourselves. Ni mi kuwa niki kutaki. And do you know what that means? I've been warning you. That is what it means. So, yo, and I learned that phrase in Swahili the other day because I heard a Portuguese song being sung by a young man on YouTube streets. A shout out to that young man that sang that wonderful, beautiful song. And I play it every day. I play it every night. I play it when I go to the job. I play it when I'm at the bus stop. I play it everywhere I go. He is speaking in Portuguese. And I translated some of the words he spoke. It's ni mi kuwa, niki kutaki. What does it mean in English? I've been wanting you. When I say Nikofiti, Nikofiti, Mambo Freshie, I'm saying I am good, I'm fine, I'm cool, and everything is good. When I say Kuja na Mimi, I'm telling you to come with me. Kuja na Mimi, Kula Jakula, Miji Baridi. Come with me to get something to eat. Miji Baridi means give me a cold glass of water to drink. Ku vu takiti. Ku vu takiti means to pull yourself a chair. Pull up a chair. Pumzika means to relax yourself. If I'm talking to someone and I feel like they're disrespecting me or they're not understanding what I'm saying, you know what I say? Do you know what I say? I say, Wewe ni Mukundu. Wewe ni Mukundu means you are an anus. If I say Yeye ni Mukundu, that means he or she is an asshole, an anus. A shout out to the chat. We got plenty of payasos up here on these YouTube streets. We got plenty of liars on these YouTube streets. Liar, clowns. Like, okay, now we're talking about Spanish. Payaso in Spanish is clown. When you translate it back to English, it's clown. Payaso. And some of you have heard me call people payasos plenty of times. Plenty of you have heard me say the word mentiroso. Mentiroso means a liar. A liar. And sometimes when I be studying these different languages, I make up little songs in the back of my mind and in my heart. Because I remember when I was locked up in the county jail back in 2015 all the way to 2016. And I heard a woman sing the song, Mentiroso, Mentiroso, payaso, Mentiroso, payaso, Mentiroso, payaso. And she was what? From where? Mexico? So I learned a lot from her, whether she knew it or not. Just like how she learned how to speak English, sitting in that county jail for 16 months. 16 months. The only reason why she got off on her charge was attempted murder was because her victim kept coming to the county jail, kept visiting with her, kept putting money on her books, kept paying the mother money. He even went as so far as to pay the lawyer money. So when that young woman went to court to face the charges she had to face, they gave her time served and they deported her back to Mexico. We don't know how long she sat at the immigration offices. We don't know how long she sat at the immigration detention center. But we did know that she went to Atlanta, Georgia to sit in that immigration detention center. We don't know how long she stayed there. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to the homegirl that is from Mexico, crossed over from Mexico, went into Texas, left from Texas, came all the way to South Carolina, and found her boyfriend with another woman. She tried her best to kill him. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Frank, thank you for coming in. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Thank you, Frank, for coming in. I heard the video Brown Skin Lady did the other night. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. I laughed. Shout out to you. The ultimate showgirl. Lord have mercy. Shout out to you for standing on your ground and telling your story. Because let me tell you something, Queen Regina. A lot of people make fun of you. A lot of people try to disparage you. Queen Regina, we know what happened on these YouTube streets. We heard the words tamper down. We heard the words I yield to the floor. We heard the words let me tell my story. And let me tell you something, Queen Regina. Ever since you came out and you said, let me tell my story, I've been telling my story ever since. Shout out to you. I've been telling my story way before you said, tell your story. I'm going to tell you something. You never backed down from one fight, not one argument, not nothing. You didn't. You couldn't. You couldn't do it. But I thank you for coming into the chat. And I thank you for sitting in the chat. And I thank you for having patience with me. I thank you for giving us your words of encouragement and wisdom. A lot of people don't want to listen to you, Queen Regina, but they are missing something if they don't listen. Shout out to the chat, shout out to chat. Everybody is not perfect. But let me tell you something about Queen Regina. When she came to this YouTube app and people attacked her, she said, I'll tell your ass down. That was one phrase. Let me tell my story. That was the next phrase. Third phrase, and I yield the floor. And when she said, I yield the floor, I heard what she said. I heard what she said. And there is another phrase that a lot of people don't use. I'm reclaiming my time. I reclaim my time. I learned that from Maxine Waters. So there's a lot of things I learned from different women on this app. I learned. I might not say it right away. I might not feel it right away. But I know the goddamn truth. And I just came up here to share what I've been learning from these different languages and people. But shout out to you, Queen Regina, the ultimate showgirl. The ultimate showgirl. Shout out to you, baby girl. Everybody makes mistakes on this app. And, you know, one thing I can say about her, she has always been gracious to me. Always been gracious to me. In my face and behind my back, she's always been gracious. Shout out to you, Queen Regina. Now, Frank, get off break for a couple of minutes. Frank Niti. Now, you, I heard I was on Brown Skin Lady chat a few nights ago, and I heard Frank Niti. I said, look, Frank, guess where I was at in the store? We're working in the store. I was about that, y'all. For some reason, I got cut off. I don't know what's going on with my connection. I'm gonna have to check it. But thank you, Ultimate Showgirl, for showing up. Thank you, Frank Niti. Ultimate Showgirl, Queen Regina. I wanted to ask you, why do they call you Ultimate Showgirl? Because I've always known you to be Queen Regina. Shout out to you. Shout out to those that still in my chat and stuff. But here's what it is. And I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me regardless. But Frank, Frank, I heard you the other night. Frank had tampered down the so-called crip that hit brown skinned lady Link, and you had to get rid of him, Frank. You had to bully him down. You had to call him out. You like, I don't want no contest. I want to fight. I want to fight. That's what Frank said. Shut up, Frank. Highly favored. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for talking with me early. I'm not gonna be up here that long. I'm not gonna be up here that long. I just came up this show with what I've been learning in Swahili. A lot of people don't know that I'm learning Spanish and Swahili at the same time. I know more Spanish phrases than Swahili. I know that. And my new Swahili phrase is Nimekuwa nikikutaka. And that means I've been waiting. I've been wanting you. That's what it means. I've been wanting you. That's what it means. Nimekuwa nikikutaka. I need to practice that every day. And how I learned how to do Swahili phrases, I learned how to make little songs out of it. Like little songs and stuff like that. I usually, if I'm learning a language real deep, I'll post different phrases all over the house. All over I don't need paint. I don't need paint. I don't need no paint. I'll cover the walls with Swahili phrases and Spanish phrases, and I already know how to translate it, what it means. Some people that have been following me for years, they know when I say mi corazón está barato. They know what I'm saying. They know when I say que diablo está pensado contigo aquí, mi gente. They know what I'm saying. They know when I say como así, que pasó nada. They know what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying. If I like something, they know what I'm saying about that. They already know. A shout out to the chat. Hey, Miss E. Shout out to Miss E for coming in. Miss Eve, thank you for coming in. I'm not going to be up here that long, Miss Eve. I just wanted to come in and share what I've been learning about these different languages. And I'm glad to see everyone is in the chat. They're getting along with each other. And this is the chat to do it. This is the chat to do it in. I'm not perfect. I'm not God Almighty, but this is the chat. If you want to talk to your friends, talk to your friends. But I'm going to keep talking about these languages and how I'm learning them. And the reason why I started learning Swahili was because I wanted to learn certain phrases to teach to my friends, the people that was in my crew a couple of years ago, how to speak these different phrases. And at that time, I was dating a woman that spoke Spanish. And so we started mixing the different languages together. English, Spanish, and Swahili. We did that. We end up building our own codes. When we saw each other, We would speak certain words. We would speak certain phrases. If I say kuja na mimi kula jakula, that means come with me. I'm going to get something to eat. The ones that was really flowing with me, they knew what I was saying. So they immediately followed me to wherever I was going to get something to eat, get something to drink. That's how we took care of each other. It was certain things I wanted my people to know, and I knew they didn't want everyone else to know. I would say it in Spanish. I would say, que lo que mi gente, ven aquí conmigo. Ven aquí conmigo. And then I would tell them whatever else I needed to tell them in Spanish. And they understood. It got so bad. Birdman, he's a Geechee Gula. So he didn't understand none of that shit. I told Birdman, I said, look, if I teach you certain phrases in Spanish, you need to learn it. Because the neighborhood he was living in was mostly Spanish. Now he moved to another area of South Carolina. Thank God for that, because the poor man was not going to learn no Spanish. He get mad when I speak Swahili. Get mad. Shout out to the chat. Hey, hey, Soulfly, what up, girl? I never expected you to come in here. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. I want to thank everyone for coming in. I want to thank Miss Eve. I want to thank Highly Favored. I want to thank M Soul. I want to thank Frank Niti for coming in. Frank, you tripped me out the other night. Yes, you did, Frank. You had me laughing. I was laughing when you embarrassed that young man. He came up there trying to disrespect brown skin lady. Don't nobody disrespect her. Shout out to brown skin lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's already been a long week. Already been a long week, and today is only Monday. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Miss Eve, it's good to see you. Everyone is good. Everyone is good to see everyone in this chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Um, if anyone wants to hit the link and talk there, talk about what they want to talk about and stuff. The link is there. I'm reposting it. The link is there. All you gotta do is scroll up a little bit. You can hit the link. You can talk to me, or you can choose to stay in the chat. Because I didn't plan on being up here that long. I ain't plan on being here 15 minutes. It's already almost 30 minutes. But I shout out to all of you. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to the new subscribers, the old subscribers, my YouTube creators. Shout out to my support team. They know who they are. They're not in the chat right now. They always appear later. They always appear later. And so shout out to them. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in these YouTube streets. I'm sure plenty of you have heard me fight against other YouTube creators, and because it's just certain ones that just burns me up every time I hear them, every time I see them. That 86K dude, Bishop Baby Oil, Red Russell, whatever his fucking name is. He's another troll. What's the other one? There was another one up here. EJ, he's another troll. It's certain people on this app, just nothing but trolls. Nothing but trolls. Kwame Brown supporters, that's what they are, some of them. I'm gonna tell you something. Kwame Brown don't give a fuck about nobody. He don't care. He want what he want, and that's it. And it's sad that a millionaire comes to these YouTube streets only to argue with different YouTube creators in this sector. In this sector. Shout out to the chat. I see more comments coming in. Yeah. I don't want to hide no comments. I let everybody rock out, let everybody do what they need to do. But I'm not going to be up here that long. I just want to come up here and share with you what I'm learning in Swahili. And a lot of you probably think, well, we never going to learn Swahili. We never going to learn Spanish. Maybe we English speaking people. I speak English. I speak English very well. But I'm learning different languages. And the reason why I'm learning these different languages, because there is going to be a possibility I'm going to end up leaving from South Carolina and moving back to my home state, which is New York. Shout out to New York. I'm looking at Yonkers. I'm looking at the Bronx. I'm looking at Queens. I'm looking at Brooklyn. I'm looking at Harlem. I'm looking at New Rochelle. I'm looking at Pelham. I'm looking at Tuckahoe. I'm looking at White Plains. I'm looking at Scarsdale. Yes. So New York is a mixture of different people and different languages. And the most spoken language is Spanish. And most of the Spanish I have been learning over the couple of years has been Dominican Spanish, Mexican Spanish, a few Cuban slang word, mostly slang, but I try to teach myself like the way I learned my first language. That's what I do. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. That's the only thing I came up here to do is tell y'all what I've been learning in Swahili. I already know how to say Nico Fiti. Nico Fiti means I'm fine. I'm good. If I was to say Una Kari Bishwa, I would be telling you you are welcome. If I say Ku Vu Takiti, I'd be telling you to pull up a chair. Pumzika means to relax. Now I'm learning all these other new phrases. Nimekuwa, nikikutaka. And that phrase basically means I've been wanting you. Nimekuwa, nikikutaka. I've been wanting you. But I've been learning different ways of how to make my own sentences, how to break it down in a correct way. That's all I've been doing. You know what I mean? If I don't work, I study my languages. I made myself my own flashcards. I got little things all over the house to remind me what this and what that is. So when I hear certain things on the job, I can immediately respond. Immediately respond. And one of the things I want to tell everyone is to enjoy your day. Espero que tú disfruta tu día. Espero que tú disfruta tu día. That means I hope everyone enjoys their day. It's different things I'm learning. Different things I'm learning in Spanish and Swahili. And, I gotta just stay on it. Keep practicing, writing down what I learned. Once you write that, one thing I learned when I was in school, if you write down what you learn, you're gonna keep that in your mind. You're gonna comprehend it. Like when I hear people say certain things about food, immediately certain words come into my mind, like in Spanish or Swahili. Just like when that young boy was singing that song in Portuguese. He sung it in Portuguese. And I heard what he said. And I said, let me translate it into Swahili. At least one of the words, one of the phrases he was using. Because my great grandfather, he actually spoke Portuguese. He spoke the language of the islands. He spoke Spanish, he spoke Italian, he spoke German. A lot of people, when they come to this country, they speak quite a few languages, quite a few. And I should have been taught that as a young girl. You know, when I was growing up in New York, only language they told us to speak was Spanish or French or Italian. It was three different classes you could take: Spanish, French, Italian. I spoke. I always picked Spanish. Always. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I was not raised with my biological family, so I'm learning a little by little about that background as well. Whatever was not told to me, I'm learning. I'm learning. I might have to send off for one of those kits to do the what is that? The DNA analysis to see what you really got in your blood, what's really going on. Because according to my family, is only is Portuguese, is different African people, and Native American, and some European white. So I need to learn everything. Because my grandfather, Grandpa Smith, he was he was how you say, he was light skinned, but he had red hair and he had red freckles. And his grandmother, which was Frances Crowder, she was a slave in North Carolina. And when freedom came, she left from off the plantation. And a lot of her family members left. And those that left, a lot of them don't even say that they're African American. They don't say that they're black. A lot of them went to West Virginia, and they're passing for white. Some of them are still in North Carolina passing for white. Yeah, I got a lot of people in my family passing for white, and they're not white. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Lovelace. 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 Lovelace, where you at? All right, there you go. Yeah, shout out to Lovelace for coming in. Thank you, baby girl. It's always good to see you. It's good to see everyone in my chat. Even if you agree with me or disagree with me, it's good to see you. No one has hit the link, so I guess everyone is okay. Everyone is okay. Maybe somebody's talking bad about me. The only way I get this many people in my chat is somebody's talking bad about me. Well, let me tell you, for all my haters, I know most of the haters are a bunch of dusty beta males, lame motherfuckers, clowns on these YouTube streets. You can talk everything you want to. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never ever motherfucking hurt me. Not at all. I am the BT 1000. I am Lucy the Vampire. I am the German Shepherd in the room. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. Well, if you want to hit the link, you can. You know, it's always good to hear a nice voice and stuff. Hold on, let me see. Okay, the link is right there. If you scroll up a little bit, it's just above Frank Niti. You can hit the link. Lovelace or anyone for that matter can hit the link. And if you choose not to, that's fine too. I understand because a lot of people they feel intimidated. But if you've been knowing me for years and years, you know how to hit the link. You know how to talk your ish. You know how to talk. But I just wanna, and everyone that comes into my chat, I, it's almost like going home. Y'all giving me my going home service? Don't let me get paranoid and think I'm going home. I'm going home service. Oh no. No, I'm just joking with y'all, but you never know. You never know with people. I had to make sure my door was double locked. Every time I unlock my door, I be thinking someone had already broken in. Yo, I be going through. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know nothing about the paranoia of Arabia Barbosa. I trust no one. I believe no one. From a distance. From a distance, we all good. A shout out to the chat. But yeah, let me get out of here because I've been up here too long. I know other people are ready to go live or whatever they want to do. A shout out to everyone that has come into the chat. Hit the like button, please. If you don't do anything else, hit the like button. I'm getting ready to close out the video. I want to thank all of you for coming in, for supporting me being up here live. I'm always going to talk my shit. I'm always going to talk about certain people. And people know that's not me. I usually like to talk about myself. I like to talk about myself the most because I'm the most interesting. But shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We out of here. I will see you in the next video or perhaps in someone else's chat. Y'all pray for me. Pray for yourselves. Stay safe out there. Be vigilant. Be vigilant. And just realize we are in the in between. This is the matrix. We're the in between. We're living a ghost like uh, reality almost. Sometimes when I leave out this house, I feel like it's not that I'm never going to come back. It just feels like I'm walking into something maybe I should not be walking into. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the way I feel. So, hey, Donna. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get Lovelace at the stage. Hey, baby girl.
Hey, you saw me.
I finally saw it because usually when I'm doing my videos, if I don't look at the chat real quick, I'll close my eyes and then I open them back up and you appeared. How are you?
Yeah, I am awesome. I didn't get a notification, but I was looking through and I logged back into YouTube and I said, "Oh, Arabia's live. Let me go say hi." So, thank you for letting me hit the panel with you.
Yeah, thank you, Donna, for coming in. I always thank my old moderators for coming in. But thank you, Lovelace, for coming in. And how was your weekend? How was your holiday? Is everything going good with you?
Everything is great. And I'd like to piggyback off of you real quick. Shout out to the chat. Hey y'all. Hey Miss Donna. But everything was good. Listen, my grandbabies, I always talk about them. But they're getting big. One just had a 3-year-old birthday. The next one is getting ready to have a 1-year-old birthday. So all is
Oh,
yeah, all is well. Hmm.
wow. Well, I did know. Oh, yes, you do have a big family. Shout out to
Yeah, eight
you.
eight grandbabies.
Wow.
And two puppies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they
Well,
keep me busy,
shout out to
sweetheart.
you.
Well,
That is,
thank you.
yo, that is absolutely wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful.
They keep me busy, I tell you that. And I love every bit of it. You know, real quick, right? Shortly after my mom passed, I was kind of lost. Like, what's my next steps, right? And I still have those days of what's my next step. However, one thing that does keep me busy and motivated and just continuing to embrace life are, my two sons, their wives, and my grandchildren. Plus my babe, but those things really keep me motivated, and it's always good to hear you. You are always pleasant when it comes to me, always speaking nicely, and I like when you get in your bag and you give out some correction when it comes to anybody speaking towards me in a negative way. So thank you, I appreciate that sincerely, and it really does touch my heart. Thank you, Arabia.
Well, Lovelace, you have done nothing wrong to anyone. So of course I'm going to speak up for you because you
i
haven't done anything. You haven't done anything wrong. You
I
know.
appreciate that. I guess it's a matter of who you ask and what they say. I don't think I have too much. I think I've made my comments kind of modestly, like everyone else. But I guess it just depends on who you ask and how they feel. However, at the end of the day, it's all okay because we're entitled to, our. I don't think I go
Right.
too far though. I don't think I go too far.
Wait a minute, hold on. My
Yeah.
my fan, my fan. I got to remember I had to turn off that goddamn fan.
Okay.
But and it's not summertime anymore.
I
But
I heard
you
it was a
know,
little. Was it rainy there today or yesterday?
yeah, it rained yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. You like the
Hmm. Huh?
Do you like the rain?
I like the rain anytime it comes. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm,
I can survive through the rain. I just don't carry an umbrella, which is a paraguas, but I don't carry an umbrella. If the
okay.
rain coming, it's coming. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I remember when I was homeless, there was no paraguas.
My goodness.
Yeah, I still live by those rules.
Yeah.
Even my penitentiary rules, I still live by that.
Okay.
And there was a young woman that came on a sis panel the other day, and she just reminded everyone. Because
Uh,
I think she was talking to one dude, but it applies to all of us that are convicted felons. Those that actually serve time.
okay.
'Cause we ain't supposed to be saying certain stuff, and my channel has been struck a couple of times,
Oh,
and it's fine. It's good. This is YouTube. This is YouTube,
yeah.
and it happens. It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it can happen. I must have missed that. But let me ask you this. How are you? How was your day today?
My day is fine.
What are you
My
laughing at?
my no, I'm
Oh, you
coughing
coughing.
because I'm
Yeah.
smoking my cigarette. But my day has been fine,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm just surviving through a lot of back pain. And one of my moderators, she used to be moderator for me back in the day when I was on my big channel, and she said it might be your kidneys. You probably, but every time I go to the doctor, especially down here in the South, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all in your mind. Just take these pain pills, and everything will be fine. Everything will go away.
Mm.
When I used to be with Birdman a lot,
Mhm.
Birdman used to give me his pain pills. He said,
Let,
just take one.
let me ask you this. Have you ever been to the chiropractor? Do you go to chiropractors?
No.
No.
I don't know nothing about no crap. Now I do know about the street crack where they break your back and crack and all that craziness. Whatever's going on, it has to do something with the muscle. Cause
Okay.
my muscle's been spazzing for quite. I've been living with this pain for a few years
Okay.
now. I haven't
Okay.
said anything. I might have mentioned it a few times, but it's becoming unbearable now. So I
I,
have to do something about it.
if you get time, just a suggestion, sweetheart. But if you get time, and the resources are available, try a chiropractor. If you want, and let them know what your pain is, because sometimes we get out of line. Our alignment is off. Our muscles are tight. And it can affect us for years and years. But once we go to a chiropractor and that specializes in realigning realigning your spine, helping to correct those muscles or joints that might be out of whack some way, maybe you can get some relief. I mean, the pills are okay, I guess. I want you to have some relief. I'm not a real pill person, but I get it, and I can respect anybody that needs it. But yeah, I'd like for you to maybe look into that if you want, and if you have the extra time and resources to do that, because
Well,
maybe
I would have to go tomorrow to go see the doctor, because it was suggested to me to check everything. Even though they say it's in your mind, no, this is not
no.
in my mind.
Right. You know how you
My,
feel.
oh, come on. It's been happening for a
Right.
couple of years. And the first thing they're gonna be like, how long have I been living with this pain? For years.
No,
Almost
we don't.
years, and I've said nothing.
No, we don't want to learn how to live with pain. That's not what our bodies were designed about. So if you do go to the doctor tomorrow, and if you remember, ask them, do y'all have a referral to a chiropractor that I can see for my back pain? I know y'all say it's in my mind. I'm telling you that it's not. And if you have a referral for me to see a chiropractor, I'd like to do that and see what they say. It doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Mm,
That's if you
yeah.
if you want if you want to, dear.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's up in the air because
Okay.
me, basically, I've been living this long with this pain. And I remember when it started happening around the same time I started gaining weight. So it might be due to the weight. I don't know. But
Yeah.
me personally, because I've never been this heavy before, and
Okay.
it seemed like the weight is not leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, if you can eat less, you can eat less. But it's not stopping me from, getting heavier. But at
Okay.
least I'm not as heavy as I can't move around. I can move. I'm not fat, but I am bigger than what I was in my
Okay.
30s and my early 40s. I started gaining this weight at 48 years old. I remember when I started gaining the weight. I remember
Okay.
that.
Holly Favors in the chat. Hey, Holly Favored. She says a heating pad helps her sometimes, or a heating pad helps. Yeah, helps me. Yeah. Have you tried the heating pad?
I don't know what a heating pad is.
Okay, that's okay.
I know
And
what it is. But I don't use it.
yeah.
It's certain old remedies I remember people in my family using, but I don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and like when I go to the doctor says there's nothing wrong with you. It's all
Mm-hmm.
in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Even the weight gain. You'd be like, oh well, you can, cut down your eating. If you can eat once a day, that'd be great. If you can do
Once
this, you can do. That's not possible.
once a
I'm
day.
50.
Goodness.
I'm 51 years old. I want to eat as much as I want. I want to enjoy my life before the life is over. That's
Mhm.
what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because
understand.
I'm here today, I could be gone tomorrow.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure everything is going good for me. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
don't care how it happens. And those chiropractors or whoever, they break your back, crack. all
Oh
sorts
my
of stuff.
goodness. Arabia.
But I know it's not nothing with the bones. It's something with the muscles. It's
Okay.
something with the muscles because it ties up into a knot. Like, let's say I leave out of my house 5 o'clock in the morning, start walking around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel that pain.
Mm,
I'm gonna feel it.
I don't
I
like
felt
that.
it yesterday.
I
I've been
don't.
feeling it for the last couple of days, and it's like getting on my nerves now. I never said it before. I said it before on this channel. Yes, I have about the
Right.
back pain.
Mm-hmm.
I complained about it, and one of my moderators, well, she used to be a moderator. She's a friend now, and always been a friend. And she said, "Arabia, it might be your kidneys, might be anything. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know." But the doctor keep telling me it's all in your mind. It's all. That's why I want to go back to New York, because these South Carolina doctors, they don't know nothing.
Mm.
They know
Okay.
absolutely nothing. And that's why when I was in New York, I was in perfect health.
Oh.
Perfect health. Nothing
Okay.
ever went wrong until I came back to the South. Now I got to go back to New York. Come on, man. It don't make no damn sense.
Well, I want you to try and take care of yourself the best way you know how, no matter where you are, because you are important. Never forget that.
Hmm. And so
You
are
didn't
the
have
rest of
to.
you. The
Yeah.
rest of you women on YouTube are important too. And I understand there's a lot of strife going on these YouTube streets, and I understand that. We've been through this. Well, I don't know if you've been here with us that long, but we have been through this long time, long time.
Yeah.
And some people get old, some people, leave, some people stay,
Mm-hmm.
and they fight an uphill battle. And one thing I don't want none of the women to do is get discouraged. Don't
Right.
never
Right.
give up. Don't never give up. I can't give up.
You bet
You know.
not.
Mhm.
You bet not.
But
And get
I always try to stay active. I always try to stay active. That's why usually when I stay on one job, I go to the next job. I go to the construction job so I can walk the stairs, so I can do this and do that. So the back would loosen up. The back would automatically loosen up. It
right.
hasn't been happening. It's been locking. Yeah, I'm like, nah, this ain't right.
Well, let me ask you this. What about a massage? Have you had a professional massage? You know, like a massage envy, or I don't know the other massage places that might be where you are. But what about like a professional massage
You
direct?
gotta pay for that. And
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
only you paying for the massage, you paying for sex.
No, no. Arabia. No sex.
Oh Lord,
No, no, no sex.
I didn't know
No,
you were like
no sex. No, no.
no, I'm just joking with you, but
Yeah.
you know,
No, I got
but massage. When I think about a massage, I think about the other shit that go with it. I'm like that because I don't want to be someplace and we all get busted. No, because no, I'm gonna tell you a story. What happened to my sister a couple of years ago? My sister was looking for a job, right? Because she had the SSI, and she still got it. And she was just saying, "I need me a part-time job, part-time job." She looked in the newspaper.
hmm
Oh, they had like a job for a receptionist. So she went down there. She got hired and everything. Let me tell you something. The girl went on her first day.
what?
They busted the place. They raided the whole place.
Oh
She
no.
got so scared. She left. She ran out. She was like, I ain't going back there no more. She said, "Oh, baby, do not get involved with massages. Don't get involved with none of that shit because they're going to get busted." I said, "What happened?" They were trying to get her for prostitution. And this woman, I'm going to tell you something. She a church going lady. I said,
What in the
"Well,
world?
yeah, they try to get." And New York is, yo, New York is off the chain. New
Lord
York
have
is off the chain. Don't let
Lord.
somebody shoot a gun somewhere and the police come.
Oh,
Everybody gonna be on the wall.
oh my goodness.
Everybody gonna, I remember it happened a few years ago. I was walking down the street on Nepperhan Avenue, right there in Yonkers, New York. And
Hmm.
my sister lived in the Whitney Young building at the time. So she was like, why is taking Arabia so long to come back, to the house?
Hmm.
And somebody said, oh, well, they got her downstairs, she on the wall. She went down the stairs, came out the building.
Hmm.
She talked to the officer. She said, I don't know what y'all got going on, but this one over here ain't got nothing to do with it. She pulled
Okay.
me out of the line and we went into the fucking building. She said, please do not go back out this building if you hear any gunshots going off.
Oh my. Now see that
So
would pull my nerves. That would pull my nerves up. Yeah, that would have
I'm
tore.
still in perfect health. I can still run. I can still run down the street. I can still climb a wall. I can still do all the criminal things I can do. I'm like, damn, every time I go to my doctor, it's all in your mind. It's in your mind. It's an old injury. That's what they tell me. It's an old injury. It's in your mind. And they give me pain pills.
Lord have mercy. Tamika and Young Riaz came in. Hi, Tamika. Hi, Young Riaz.
Oh, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I've been so busy talking with you. Young
Yeah.
Riz, thank you for coming in. I usually like to highlight them for a quick second. Tamika has come in. Thank you, Tamika, for coming in. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Lord have mercy.
hmm I've been up here now for what? A whole hour?
Come on, Edward.
I don't usually be up here for no hour. Tamika know that. Young Riz know. Everybody know that. Everybody that. Well, maybe don't usually be up here for no damn hour.
Well, you
I'm
did.
only talking about myself right now.
You did good. You did good. Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you're able to, have a life and, visit your people and your people come in and, they
Oh, yeah.
did. And you seem to have a healthy attitude every time you come to these YouTube streets.
I have to.
And
Yeah, I have to. I can't get soaked up into all the extra stuff. You have to. I enjoy my peace. I try to protect it. Excuse me. I try to protect it as best I can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I chalk it up as I'm human just like anybody else. So,
right.
yeah.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, you're a Cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a June baby. I love the water. Water and reading, all that good stuff.
I'm a Pisces. But what's your Chinese zodiac? You know that?
No, I don't know that.
Uh-oh, somebody's trying to call in. Hold on. Who the fuck is trying to call in? Decline.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know who this is that's trying to call me on decline.
Hmm.
Damn, how many times I gotta decline this person? But no, I've been getting phone calls like that. A lot of people try to sell me stuff. Oh, I don't know if I open up the floodgates for that because you know how you order stuff online.
Oh.
And it was a couple of months ago. I ordered some stuff off the line. It came to the house like 7 days later, and ever since after that, the phone been blowing up. Like, damn. I mean, like, do I need
Yeah.
to turn off my notifications or whatever, or do not disturb, or whatever the case may be going? But if I do that, then when my YouTube creators go live, I can't get their notifications, so I have
Nah,
to turn that off.
nah,
Yeah.
just keep declining. Just keep declining like you do. You don't know the number,
Oh.
not familiar. Just hit that decline button and keep it moving.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I can do. I can't do nothing else,
Yeah.
you know. But I enjoyed talking with you. Oh, it was so good to talk to you, Lovelace.
It's always good to talk to you too, sweetheart. I appreciate
Oh my goodness. Are you still doing the well, I don't that's your business. But
I'm still doing if it's
uh,
if it's regarding the kids and helping them with their speech, yep, still doing that.
All you're doing is still doing the speech therapy.
Yeah, and working with the elders as much as I can. I love working with my elders, especially the ones that are in nursing homes and don't have families that are either close or don't have families at all. I really, really enjoy that. It gives me an extra sense of peace, and I like to see the smiles on their faces and knowing that even though I might not be like an actual worker at the nursing homes, at least when I volunteer, they know that I'm going to treat them with kindness and respect and try to help them the best way that I can. Because there's nothing like being in a nursing home at an older age, and not feeling safe or not feeling like somebody sees you. Just because you're older or you have some disabilities going on. So I do. I like working with both. I really do.
Well,
Look at
you
Sly.
know, I
Look at
remember I remember a couple of years ago
yeah.
when I was going through my mental health crisis and I was in and out of those hospitals. I met six other women with the first name Arabia.
Oh, look.
And I asked them, I said, "Where'd you get your name?" They said, "Oh, our parents with the Nation of Islam at one time." And all of them were nurses, all of them.
Mm,
Every last one, because the parents pushed them,
yes,
and I'm like, wow, that is so wonderful. But everyone can't go to college. But I'm glad that you enjoy doing what you're doing.
hmm,
And I hope if I live that long to be an old lady, uh, that I will not run into so much trouble. You
right,
know, because
right.
my grandmother, my father's mother, she lives very well by herself. She does
Hmm,
very well,
hmm,
and she's in her own apartment, and she's living life to the fullest. Even though most of her children are dead and gone, there's only one left, and she's a social worker.
hmm.
Aunt Bertha, the only one left, and I said, well, thank God for Aunt Bertha.
Thank God.
And sometimes I look at my grandmother and then I don't look. You know what I mean?
I
It's
do.
one of those deals. But I'm so glad that you enjoy your work
I do.
because
It's
a lot of us work these different jobs. We don't enjoy it. We
hmm,
hate it. We hate our work.
yeah.
We how am
I
I
do.
gonna find something I love at 51? It's too late now. So I tell the young people that I meet, I said, well, if you don't like the job, go on to something else,
Hmm.
go on to school, whatever you want to do and stuff. And a lot of them, they end up going to Job Corps. A
Okay.
lot of them end up going to Merchant Marines.
Hmm.
A lot of them become longshoremen. And that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. But
Yeah.
I pray I pray for these young women all
Hmm.
the time, especially the younger generation,
Yeah.
because we got women in their 30s and their 20s coming behind us. People that's in their teenage year. We got people that getting ready to graduate from
Hmm.
high school this year. They don't know if they want to go into college or go into the military.
Yeah.
They won't know.
Yeah. I got a couple of youth that I work with at the foster homes. I've got a couple of youth that I work with, and they're undecided too. Like they're in between, college and a career, and just kind of like finding and traveling. They want to travel, right? They want to, travel the world, see what it's like. They always ask, what should I do? And I said, you should pray on it first. I'm not the one to tell you or to steer you in the direction of your life, but you pray on it first and you write it down and make it plain, right? If you want to travel, search the places that you want to go to, right? Make a plan. If you want to go into a career field, write it down, make it plain, and then, try to do some volunteer work in that area so you can get some experience under your belt so you can see. Right. And if you want to go into the military, hey, make sure you talk to some vets that are out there that are still able to let you know what it might be like. Even though they're veterans, they still might be able to give you some encouraging, stuff. And then I was like, you can always volunteer anywhere, in your community, and just see. what your traits are. I wish I was near you because I would definitely invite you to be a speaker, and just share, some of your experiences and how you still uh, keep striving through life, with the difficulties and the things, even with the back pain. You would be surprised at just how many different places that I go to, and the speakers that come, and they're just normal regular people, nothing fancy about us. But however, we just share some of our life experiences, and we, help the youth and guide them the best way we can you know Slim came in the chat too. Shout out to Slim.
Slim, shout out to Slim. I don't know who Slim is, but thank you for coming in.
Oh,
I
pick and
usually like to highlight the people that come in.
yeah,
Pick
pick
and
and
choose, pick and choose. Shout out to
yeah.
you. Let me ask you a question, Lovelace.
Yeah.
You said that you talk to these young people. Are these young people in foster care?
Some of them, yes, and some of them are single parent homes. Some of them are two parent homes. Some of them are in like a guardianship home. So a little bit of everything, and they range from the ages of 13 to 24. Yeah, my o-
13 or 24.
yeah,
You
my
know,
oldest yeah, my
that's
oldest
what
baby. Sorry.
Job Corps was shooting for a couple of years ago. People that was between that age.
Hmm.
Um, I went through Job Corps. For some people, it's a wonderful experience. It depends on what kind of Job Corps center they're going to.
True.
To
Hmm.
and sometimes the place is set up like it's a penitentiary, basically, because you got gangs in there. You got all kinds of stuff going on,
Hmm.
and I remember when I was there. But I enjoyed what you just said about how you encourage these young people.
Yeah.
And you said between the ages of 13 and 24.
Yeah, my oldest baby that's I call her my baby, but my oldest baby that's 24, she has some disabilities or whatever, and it's tough for her to, I guess, quote unquote, find a regular job. So I definitely keep in contact with her and help and make sure that she's out there looking for active work, and she's, if nothing else, volunteering, right? Because she's got some type of finances coming in, and she has a social worker that helps her with that. But also, I want to make sure that she's getting out and volunteering in different things. Just because you have a disability at her age does not mean that the world comes to a stop, or that you halt on anything that you want to be. So I sometimes check on her schedule just to make sure she's out there looking at different options, and if it's nothing else, just volunteering and giving back, so she can feel some extra use. you know
Oh, okay.
yeah. Now my 13 to 17-year-old babies, they are something else. They are
Mm.
spicy, honey. they they are something spicy. However, when I speak with them, I just want to be just that extra talking point when they shut their days down, or if they get into happy or in between moments. I like for some of the things that I suggest to them to make the thought process worth it. Some of them just want to hurt because they're hurting. Some of them don't. They don't have that. They can't have the conversations that we have at home. They're either shut down or not talked to at all sometimes. But when we get together, we have a really good time. And it's like a conversation piece, let's talk about what's on your mind, So we really do. We have a good time, and get some good thought process out there. And they help each other, whether it's an argument, whether it's a debate, whether it's motivation. They definitely work on helping each other. And what do you call it? What is Slim? Pick and choose. What do you say? All call outs, excuse me, all call
Mhm.
outs are mandatory. So when we have our debate times, they definitely, will call each other out on what they see and hear. So it's funny. Yeah. And to see them work
Like
through it,
a lot of therapy going on,
it can be sometimes.
a lot of
It
socialization, because I didn't get that when I was growing up.
Yeah,
But,
me.
you know, we didn't get it, but you was able to rise above.
Yeah, that's one thing if I'm going to work with the youth, especially in foster care or struggling homes. So I like to say, I mean, you're struggling with the conversation, the communication, things like that. When I'm called out to help or to assist or to monitor, I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can. So first thing is, we're going to learn how to communicate with one another where we can hear each other clear, and we can't lead with disrespect. I mean, you can try it, but when I show up, let's not. Let's get some clarity in the conversation going, and we can do all the emotions. That's fine, but we don't have to be disrespectful towards each other. So when I'm working with the youth, that's a lot of what I do. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, where were you?
What is it?
I'm dead ass serious. I mean, where was you, Kelly G and Brown Skin Lee? Because y'all the only three that speak a little truth, and you do the work. You do the work. You're working with the community. You're
Mhm,
working with these young people,
mhm.
and I commend you because it takes a lot of heart to work with this new generation that's coming,
Yeah.
and I always feel bad because you know in my younger days, only thing we had was people come from the prisons. They talk about the prison system and not to
Mhm,
get caught up with this and not to get caught up with that. But when you don't get caught up, because my crimes, well, the crime I committed
mhm,
years ago, I had no co-defendant.
mhm,
Nobody was around.
mhm,
And I went down. And I wanted to go down, you know. And the prison that I went to, they was like, oh, well, she need, this and that. And I ended up going to lockup for many, many years,
mhm,
3 years and 9 months, to put it all exact.
mhm,
And even when they changed my custody level, I went to closed custody, still had to live on lockup.
mhm,
And when I moved from that prison and went back to the one on Broad River Road, which was called the Women's Center, it was a little bit different. It was more therapy. You see the social worker all the time. You
mhm,
see the psychiatrist all the, they had, I was living on Cottage 6 at the time.
mhm,
So Cottage 6 was a cottage. And I had to live through it. I had to get up early in the morning, go into the kitchen, work. I left from the kitchen. I went to the yard. Left from the yard. I went to the sewing plant.
mhm,
You know what I mean? So during that time, I remember, I remember certain things happening,
mhm.
and we all had to live through it. And that's when I came to YouTube, I was like, this is a piece of cake, but it's
Right.
not a piece of cake when people get attached to you, because I
Mhm,
got some people have been following me for years
mhm.
on YouTube. Didn't know until one night I got a phone call, and it's been smooth ever since then. Don't have no problem with that person, not
Oh,
at all. So I enjoy doing my videos. And a lot of people say, we want to hear your prison story. We want to hear how you lived on the street. We want to hear about this. We want to hear about that. I
mhm.
tell it, I tell it, but what happens after I tell my prison story? What happened?
That, yeah, that,
I go back to my feelings. I go back into my real life.
right.
Because I'm
Mhm,
not in prison. I'm not in prison. I'm not in a rehab nowhere. I'm not in a mental hospital. I'm
mhm.
not nowhere.
That's right. You're thriving. You're thriving in the life that you live now. And sometimes, respectfully saying it, right? Sometimes we forget when we want to hear, when some people request for your backstory or anybody's backstory. Well, sometimes we don't think about how that can affect the person because they have to relive those moments to be able to tell it. And then after you get, off the live and you've shared, your backstory, a lot of those emotions come forward, and now you're stuck with having to process that, so you can remember that that was my past. That's not my reality now. So sometimes we got to be careful with that. But kudos to you. Lots of love and praise and thanks to you for even taking that time to share, your backstories. And I pray for your heart, and I pray for your mental, that you continue to live your days in peace and happiness as much as you can, because you do deserve that. Your past is definitely not your future. Respectfully, as I say that to you, your past is definitely not your future, because I love to hear you laugh. When you cutting up and carrying on, I do enjoy that. And the times that I've heard you, I listened to a few of your playbacks, and the times that I've heard you share, um, I think to myself how strong Arabia is with the challenges that she shared, with her life and her experiences. Look at you now. You're still able to laugh and to thrive and to deal with a lot of, things, especially on this YouTube app. You are still able to get up here and laugh and thrive and share your story. And for me, hearing that from you, to me, I just see it as an extra blessing, Arabia. And I'm thankful that you're willing to share. I really am.
I'm thankful that you're sharing about what you do
Yeah,
and how you feel. Let me ask you one other question.
absolutely, dear. I'm enjoying
Um,
it. Thank you.
okay,
I am. We don't hardly get a chance to get on the panel together, right?
okay. When you were growing up,
Yeah.
do you remember the music back in those days? Do you
Oh, yeah.
remember
Yeah, we got some Earth, Wind, and Fire. We got some Michael Jackson. We got Prince. I'm a huge Prince fan.
Prince fan?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
How you feel? How do you feel? Okay, I don't, cause I remember growing up on that music, but the people that raised me,
Hmm.
they used to like to listen to the AM station. So that meant that we had to listen to Frank Sinatra,
Hmm.
Billie Holiday,
Yeah.
uh, Sarah Vaughan,
Mm.
uh, uh, Etta Waters,
But you know, come on
Cab
now.
Calloway, Duke Ellington.
And yep.
It's people that these young people don't know nothing about. And I was listening to a video that somebody did about Etta James
Okay.
earlier, and I was like, what? What they say about Etta James? And I was like, no, 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 can't be, can't be. But I understand that the music industry has changed
Hmm.
from what it was. But I remember Phyllis Hyman.
Right.
A
Hmm.
lot of people don't know who Phyllis Hyman is.
Oh.
Phyllis Hyman, she comes from Philadelphia.
Hmm.
She grew up in the projects. She became a singer. She moved to Florida. The
Hmm.
woman moved to New York. And in 1995, she got out of here. I was what, 22
Hmm.
when I got the news about her? Because I remember her music. I remember her. I
Hmm.
remember her so clear and so well. And right after she died, the record label that she was working for, it burned down.
Hmm.
I forget the name of the record label that she was with that last time, but it ended up burning down. But every now and then I'll play Phyllis Hyman, I'll play Billie Holiday. A lot of people don't understand that music. Do
Right.
you think the music affects the young people today?
Absolutely. Whether it's listening, whether it's introducing the younger generation to the music that we grew up on, or whether they're introducing us to the music that is present now, right? It all has some type of effect, good, bad, or indifference. To me, it depends on what you allow your mental to be challenged with, right?
Mhm.
You can listen to the rap music and all that other kind of stuff, but when you actually listen to the lyrics, right? Because we did that challenge one time when we had a talk session, and they were, the kids were let me listen to some of the stuff. So I don't mind listening to it a little bit. However, I want to talk about the lyrics. Now, I listened to the song, right? However, now I
Mm.
want to talk about the lyrics. And they don't like that part. Ah, Lovelace. Yeah, 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 yeah. You wanted me to listen to your song. I listened to it, some of it, right? But I want
Right.
to talk about the lyrics and how the lyrics motivate you to whatever it is your thought process is, how you act, how you dress, how you carry yourself. I wanna dive deeper into that, not just be on the, basic surface of it. So yeah, I introduce them to all kinds of stuff. If you ever come into the room where we are, right?
Uh,
It's no telling what season of music we're playing, or what language of music we're playing, or what artist that we're playing. But one thing for certain, the kids will tell you, Miss Lovelace, she makes us listen to. She makes us not make, but she wants us to talk about the lyrics, right? And some of the music we grew up on had the most endearing lyrics, right?
mhm.
We played it back. Yeah, it had a little more meaning to it, a little more thought into it. The men were so classy, the women were so classy, as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it had a purpose. I'm old fashioned. We're the same age, so I'm old fashioned. I like to be courted. I like to be treated like a lady, and I like to respect myself as a woman of value. So yeah. So to answer I can get long winded, Arabia. I'm so sorry, but
Yeah,
to
you're doing fine. You're doing absolutely fine. Cause it is what it is. You know,
yeah,
I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy when I see you in the chats.
me
Cause
too.
I know you always gonna have something wonderful to say.
I
You
try.
know, you do, you do, and I could just talk to you for the rest of the day. Like
Okay,
you my homegirl. You're my homegirl.
that's what's
You
up.
know what I mean?
That's
And
what's
we
up.
are homegirls because we around the same age.
Yep, I'm
We
51.
might be from different states and stuff. I'm from New York. You from whatever state you're from. I don't know where you're from, but
I'm I'm from. Listen, we're gonna start saying we from heaven with all this doxing and carrying out. We from heaven.
oh heaven. Oh, okay.
We from heaven. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But me personally, I'm always like, it is what it is. Shout out
mhm,
to the chat. Shout out to the chat.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter what my numbers are. I'm always going to speak my truth. I'm always going to tell my story.
As you should.
And it's been a lot of women on this app in this sector.
Hmm.
They have done very wonderful and expressing themselves. Some of them have become more, I would say, how would I say it? Not in a bad way, but more aggressive, like
Okay.
overly aggressive in their message. And they try to push it, push,
Okay.
push. I'm like, you can't push it on nobody. You gotta let people be who they are. But
Hmm.
one thing I can say, a lot of these women in this sector,
Hmm.
I don't know about any other sector. All
Hmm.
the other sectors I have been in, the women have always talked about music. They talked about the old days.
Yeah.
When I was in New York the last time, we had two Puerto Rican mommies
Hmm.
talk about how they used to have block parties all the time. It's only one now.
Hmm.
There's only one Puerto Rican mommy doing that now. And she gets afraid sometimes because some people come up there who want to shoot guns. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And she never requested security, but a lot of the dudes that was little boys when they were little boys, they grown men. They feel like, oh, let me come in and see if I can do security for mommy. And mommy be like, you ain't gotta do no security here. Come get this plate, listen to this music, let's dance, let's talk, let's vibe. And she said, Arabia, the whole thing is changing.
Yeah.
Even she, Even she was decided not to do no more parties.
Well, it's safety first, right? And Ears came in. Shout out to Ears to the street. What's up, brother?
Oh, shout out to Ears to the Street.
Mhm.
Usually, I'm not looking at my chat.
That's okay.
Ears
I
to the
got
Street. Ears to the Street. Shout out to Ears to the Street. Thank you for
you.
coming in.
Yeah. I
Young,
got,
yes, thank you. You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, and but it's safety first. And sometimes when you are having block parties or any type of gathering, right? If it gets to a point where there are more people that don't respect it, that do, you got to make changes. And it's a sad thing, right? However, it's a part of life. If she's going to have a block party and then it, continuously doesn't feel safe, or, some people want to stop us from having a good time, then the best thing to do is either, maybe change up the times, maybe let the men that want to come out and, do security be like, listen, get you a plate and just keep your eyes out. I don't want
right.
you don't want anything to happen to anybody. However, I appreciate the men and the women that are like, look, I'm gonna eat, look, and see what I can see and stop any foolishness that could be going on. So I appreciate the whole of it. Yeah.
I remember when I was growing up in New York. Even though I lived in Westchester County,
yeah.
there was times we used to get invites to go to the Bronx, certain places in the Bronx, and certain projects used to have barbecues and all that basketball team playing going. Yo, it's a totally different vibe now. You go to
Yeah.
New York now. If I was to go leave from South Carolina and go back to New York, it'd be a totally different vibe. I would have to ride with my homegirl
Hmm.
for the next 2, 3 days, go back to the hotel,
Hmm.
come out, walk the street for a little bit, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then wait for her to come back. But my thing is, it is what it is. And, I'm so sorry that everything has changed. Everything is
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah. And
Nothing is the same.
but you know what? That's a part of life too. Now let me ask you something. If you remember back to New York, have you ever visited a place called Flushing?
Flushing, that's not too far from Westchester County.
Okay, because we're gonna go there in a couple of months, and I've got a couple of friends that live in Flushing, and they've been asking us to come and visit. Now, I've been to New York a couple of times. I stayed in Manhattan. Um, I stayed in Manhattan when I went, but I've got some friends and family all over New York, so
Hmm.
I always stay in contact with them. I always try to see two of my family members. My youngest cousin is from the Bronx. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, but I've got family pretty much all over, cousins, distant relatives and things like that. But we always stay in contact with each other, just to say hi, see how each other's doing and things like that. They love to come where I am because they're like, the hospitality is so much
right.
different from New York. And I remember my first visit to New York. I had some friends with me, and some people. I like to go to places where people actually live in the actual place, so that way I don't have to just be a tourist. I want to visit. I want to see wherever's good and safe, or to the best of its ability, right? So one of my
Hmm.
friends that was from New York, he has a twin brother, and they were taking us, just around looking. And I'm the same way on YouTube that I am in real life. So if somebody is looking at me in my eyes, I'm gonna say hi. You
Oh,
so,
okay.
so I'm in New York, and we walking, and I'm just feeling myself, being me, right? And so people are looking, and I'm like, hi. So my friend from New York was like, stop saying hi. You trying to get hurt? You trying to get snatched up? And I was like, I'm not trying to do any of those things. But let me say this: if somebody gets past you to get to me to snatch me up, me and you gonna have a problem, right?
Okay.
Because how they get past you? How they get this your city? How they get past you to get to me? All I said was hi. They looking, but it was so funny because they were when we got back to the house. and they were talking about yeah, Lace out there, she talking about hi to every damn body that's looking at her, and you
Right.
they were like, don't,
Yeah.
they were like,
New
don't.
York, New York dudes are different from South Carolina dudes or North Carolina dudes or
Yeah,
dudes from Virginia. They're different. New
I
York dudes are like, I don't know how to explain. They're
yeah,
more protective over the woman if you
okay.
stay in a woman place now.
No,
You
okay.
gotta stay in a woman place.
Hey, shout out to Kelly G. Hey, Kelly G, what's up, beautiful? Oh, you got Arabia
Kelly
screaming.
G, I didn't even see her. Oh, welcome, Kelly G. Thank you, my baby girl. Oh,
Oh,
oh, there we go, Kelly G.
don't you start crying up here.
Kelly G. No, that's my baby right there. Don't nobody mess with Kelly G.
Period.
No,
Period.
yo, it's three different women on this app. I can actually say, don't nobody need to mess with. It's
Okay.
three women. It's three of y'all.
Okay.
It's you, Kelly
Oh,
G, and brown skin lady. But brown skin lady know how to take care of herself. Y'all know how to take care of yourself too. But I'm very protective over the women that look out for me. Like, yo, come on, Ray. Wake
yeah.
up, wake up. Come on, man. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Come on, Ray. You
Yeah.
you you going into a coma. That's what Kelly G tried to tell me a couple of months ago. Look, you get ready to go into a coma. You being lollyboy and going to a coma.
Hmm.
Stop it.
Yeah, we got to look out for each other every now and again when we can, you know? And that's
Selena,
a,
Selena, a shout
uh,
out to her. Cause that's
okay.
my baby right there. And people try to talk bad about her. I
Oh,
love Selena.
oh,
Regardless of what she do, how she do it. I
hmm,
love her. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Moonlight. You know, I love Moonlight. I
yeah,
love there's certain women on this app I truly love and respect and
mhm.
enjoy to listen to their voice. And I enjoy you.
Oh,
Cause
thank
it's just like you, my little sister, I'm talking to you. Just
you.
like
Oh,
I talk to Tamika or Holly Favored.
yeah.
Even Lonnie on this shit. Me and
Mm.
Lonnie used to just rock out. You know, we used to rock out, but me and Lonnie always gonna bump heads.
Uh, listen, that's
But she
life.
is a nice lady too.
Yeah, that's
She's
life. You
very
know?
nice.
Yeah, that's life. And that's what we do from time to time. Sometimes we'll, we'll get along, sometimes we'll bump heads, but the main thing, one of the main things that I see with the ladies in this section of YouTube, right, is that even though sometimes some of you may bump heads, you're not opposed to a conversation to get clarity. Now, whether you rock with each other after that, that's what it is, right? However, I do enjoy the conversations of clarity, right? And brown skin lady is hilarious with her
Oh, she is my baby. Or shout out to
it's
Brown Skin
funny.
Lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Whew.
All of the ladies, all, I won't say all because I haven't encountered everybody. However, I will say the ones that I have encountered, I'm impressed at how they handle themselves under any situation. I really, I'm learning because I'm not as vocal and, with all the words and things. But I do appreciate how the ladies, especially you too, how you handle yourselves, how you address things that need to be that you feel that need to be addressed. So I appreciate the women a lot more than I say, because we're individuals, right? And every individual handles things differently. Like I don't talk like you don't talk like me, so on and so forth, right? However, when we all are in a same space or when we share different spaces and the conversations get to going, I'm like, look at the women doing their thing. It makes me extra proud. It really does. And that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, I look at mom boss doing her thing, and I'm like looking at all these women. And I'm like, they are so many beautiful women. Farmer
Yeah.
Nancy, oh my God, Farmer Nancy,
Uh-huh.
yo, people sleep on her, but don't nobody need to sleep on Farmer Nancy. Farmer Nancy will teach you how to grow some cabbages or something in your yard, and she's very wonderful. And you are wonderful, Kelly G, all, Sister T, all of y'all. All of y'all are wonderful. And these, I'm so blessed. And look at how we talking. Look how we talking.
Yep.
You
It's
always, you always gonna be a diamond in my eye.
oh, thank you, Arabia. That's
Shirley
so.
G as well, and a lot of other women. A
Uh,
diamond in my eye. Those that I know are diamonds in my eye, I will always respect. I'm never like, oh, come on, y'all, come on, let's get them days are over and dead and gone.
yeah.
I am, according to some people, I am the worst subscriber. I
What?
am the BT 1000,
I
the
don't know.
Jeeba Creeper, the Lucy the Vampire, and the German Shepherd in the room. And that is my title. That's what I wore for years, and I'm gonna continue to wear the crown of the BT 1000. I'm probably the only original one in the sector right now. It's probably others.
Do you
It's
like
probably
those titles?
others.
Do
Huh?
you like those titles?
Oh, of course, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
You know why? You know why I like them? You
Why?
know why I like the title, the BT 1000? Because that's who I am. I was not born, I was created. So as I got older, I became what? The Jeeper Creeper. The Jeeper Creeper, in my eye, takes a piece of everyone and applies it to my own self.
Uh-huh.
Lucid the Vampire means that I'm vulnerable. I can die at any moment. My
Okay.
voice can die. I could die physically.
Uh-huh.
The German Shepherd in the room means that I'm watching over everyone. I'm going to be protective over my people.
Uh-huh.
And at the same time, I will sacrifice myself. That is what it's all about. Life is that way.
Okay.
Life is that way. And sometimes you run across people, they don't agree with you,
Uh-huh.
they disrespect you. And I was disrespected on a panel not too long ago, but the man that was trying to disrespect me, even the host had to say, not today.
Okay.
And the other people in the chat said, oh no, not today. Not today.
Well, shout out to that. That's a good thing.
And
Yeah.
I shout out to them. I shout out to Sis Rabbit Got a Ranch. Shout out to Tamika. Shout out to Yella. Shout
Yeah.
out to the ones that understood how I felt. And I felt I was under attack. But
Okay.
I had to come back. I had to come back and be in myself. Did I attack this man first? Yes, I did.
Okay.
So no harm, no play. Shout out
Oh,
to the chat.
shout out to the chat.
But
This was great, Arabia. This
ooh,
was great. This was great. You
love
gotta go live
Lace,
and you
you
gotta
are wonderful. I enjoy you. Oh my God. I wish somebody could make up a song.
or somebody could what?
Make up a song. Not a drop, a song. A
Okay.
7-minute song about the women in the UTM streets in this sector.
Oh my god. I hope it's a good song.
It might make me and Lonnie look like villains, but I don't care.
Oh
I
no.
don't care. They can make me look like a villain all they want. Because I
Mm.
have been the villain on this app for quite some time.
Well,
Quite some time.
let me ask you this. When you say you have been the villain, right? Is that by request or is that just something you offer outright? Because there is a difference.
It's something I did,
Okay.
nobody else.
Okay. All right. Accountability is a good thing.
I can't, yeah, I take accountability. I've done it.
Well, that's all right. We live and we learn daily. And there's a message behind that too, right? Excuse me.
Of
Even if you
course.
consider even if you consider yourself a villain and then, some of the things that you might have started or did first or whatever, at least there's a message behind that Arabia is not to be tampered, played with, or pushed around, or whatever the case may be, proceed with caution. Period. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat.
And
Thank you.
I yield the floor.
Oh Lord, you in the floor.
That's my baby over there. She always say, I yield the floor. I appreciate her for saying that.
I do.
I
She's fun. Queen
appreciate her.
Faye is Yeah, she's funny. I like when she says yield the floor too. Whenever she
Yeah.
says, whenever she says I yield the floor, if I'm on the panel with her, I'll be like, somebody come get this floor. Or if I'm in the chat, I'll be like, somebody, well, slide over, let me sit on the floor with you. What in the world? Yeah, yeah,
Usually when they say yield to the floor, it's a Congress thing going on. It's
right.
like you're in the House of Representatives, and when you say I yield the floor, that means that you already spoke your piece.
Mm-hmm.
Now you are being silent for a little while, and when it's time for her to reclaim her time, she reclaim it. Anytime she get ready. Mhm. Shout out to Queen Regina.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Queen,
the ultimate show girl.
ultimate show girl.
I, I,
Yeah.
I, I totally respect Queen Regina because Queen Regina, people talk bad about her and all this other stuff, and da da da. I don't care. I don't care what they say bad about her, because at the end of the day, Queen Regina always respect me, always treated me fair,
Mm-hmm.
and I always have to remember that. Even in the back of my mind, I say, "Whoa, wait a minute now, wait a minute now. She treated you fair. Don't treat
Mm.
her unfair.
Okay. Okay.
Let her, let her do what she gotta do. You do what you gotta do. You two
Period.
different women." She
Mm-hmm.
said she yield the floor, and I say I reclaim my time. Especially when I go after different people on this app and be
well,
like, "Yo, baby, da 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 da." Oh, okay, I reclaim my time.
well, well, let me
I
ask you
might
this.
say I yield the floor, but it's not too much.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say things like the statement you just made, when you go after people, the time that I've seen you or heard you, I haven't seen or heard you go after anyone. However, I claim it as you speak your piece like anybody else. You observe what's going on and you make your comments or you say your piece like anybody else. That's what I see, you know? So that's just a little insight from me when I've heard you, when I've seen you. If you have something you need to say, you're gonna speak on it. And isn't that, what life is about? Not just YouTube, but life. If you see something and you're able to say something about it, you do so. So I don't know if I agree, Arabia, with you going after people, you know, but I'm just speaking on what I've seen. I've seen you speak your piece on what you've observed, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Um, but I know what I have done on this app.
Okay.
Plenty of
Okay.
time. Not on this channel, but on the other channel that I had before this one.
Hmm.
And I think that's when I met you on my other channel, the bigger channel. This
Okay.
is the smaller channel. But this channel is not small. This channel is important too. Because
That's
this
right.
channel has been speaking out against
Hmm.
child abuse, women being abused and disappearing.
Yeah.
And, I remember before Baltimore left, she told me, she said, "Baby, be careful. You like to be on that social media. You like to be here. You like to be there. Be
Hmm.
careful, baby."
Yeah.
And she's correct about that. She's very correct.
Yeah.
She left from this woman is from Baltimore.
Hmm.
Left from South Carolina. Went to South Carolina.
Hmm.
Had to go through wherever she went through, and now she's in Texas
Okay.
somewhere.
Hey, shout out
And
to real quick.
you
Shout out to
know,
Iceberg Thoughts coming in. Iceberg Thoughts came in to say hi.
iceberg.
Yeah.
Ah,
Check, check,
iceberg.
check you out. Yeah, Iceberg, good brother. That's a real good brother right there, in my opinion.
Oh,
Came
that's
through to
my
say
baby right there. He can come in whenever he want.
amen to
Cause at
that.
least he tell the truth. Hmm. I love Iceberg.
I do too.
I love Iceberg. I love Iceberg, Vince the Sniper, with the other young man that be up here talking all the time.
Pick and choose.
Pick and choose. I haven't been on Pick and Choose channel yet. I might
Oh,
need to subscribe. Subscribe to
yeah,
Pick and Choose, everyone.
yeah.
Subscribe to Iceberg. Subscribe to Vince the Sniper.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other young man I'm thinking about?
Mm-mm.
See, I'm deep in the vibe.
That's all right. You remember the panel, or is it a new
I'm
face
trying
or
to remember. I'm trying to remember.
okay?
Uh, I can't remember. There's one other young man, and I'm trying to say his name, but I can't remember because a lot of young men that they don't really talk too much on this app. It's
Mm-hmm.
some that might be subscribers or moderators in someone chat,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all go over there and subscribe to Muso.
Muso Bronze. Shout out to Muso
Yep.
Bronze. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to steal his bikes. He likes to bike ride. I like to bike ride. And he's got some fantastic bikes. And I was looking at his channel one time and I was like, man, I need that bike right there. So when we're in the chats, I always tell him I'm coming for them bikes.
And Will T. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Will T. Because Will
Okay.
T, he's very good. He's a union worker. He works on construction sites.
Mm-hmm.
Will T does a lot of painting, a lot of drywall installation.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows when I be talking about certain stuff on construction site. Will T know what I'm talking about. Subscribe to the John Show.
Oh, shout out
The
to John.
John Show, he's very
Yeah.
good bricklayer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
The John Show and I are beefing right now because he doesn't like my Cowboys. So John, yeah, yeah,
I
him.
like the Cowboys. You talking about the Dallas Cowboys?
Absolutely. Yeah. John Show.
Oh, child, you see, I wear the Dallas Cowboy hat all the time. And one of my cousins was a Dallas Cowboy football player.
How about that?
Last name Smith. He died. I think he died a few years before I met my family.
Hmm.
They never did give me his full name.
Okay.
So last name Smith. He was a Dallas Cowboy player.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dallas Cowboys.
You
Shout
heard
out
that?
to them.
You heard that? The John Show. Did you hear that? Shout out to the Dallas
And John Show, that my baby over there. He always doing something with his
Yeah.
little job. I love him because at least he's trying to show young men how to do certain stuff.
Absolutely.
Because we don't know what his audience is.
Yeah.
Might
Absolutely.
be, and we have a lot of women that are in construction.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women, but a lot of women are not bricklayers. A lot of women are painters.
Mm-hmm.
They put up the drywall.
Mm-hmm.
They do plumbing. They do electrical. Shout out to those women.
Arabia, look in the chat. Look at Iceberg talking about boo, he gone. When we started talking about the Cowboys. He a mess. He a mess. Come on back here, Iceberg.
Iceberg. I ain't worried about Iceberg.
No.
Shout out to Iceberg.
Shout-
My baby over there.
Yeah,
Well, at
Iceberg,
least he tell his truth. That's the way he feels.
and he does a Sunday football he does a Sunday football show. So if you're in the area and you have some extra time, come over to Iceberg's channel on Sunday, and we'll be talking about, or they'll be talking about some football, and I might, get up on the panel and just cause some ruckus. So if you're not
I
busy,
just I just want to ask one question.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
I live in South Carolina, right?
Right.
So I wear the Dallas Cowboy brim
Okay.
every now and then. And people on the street be like, "You got the wrong hat on. You better get out of here. You got the wrong hat on." I be like, "This is my hat." And
Period.
I'm gonna rock it regardless because one of my cousins used to play for the Dallas Cowboy.
This
So
what you
I'm
say.
gonna rock it.
This what you
They be
say.
like, are you gonna rock New York or you gonna rock Dallas? I'm rocking both.
I'm
How
gonna rock
about that?
period. That
Now
part.
what's gonna happen if I start wearing the Philadelphia Eagle on my
The same
head?
the same thing. This is the question that you asked, right? For the people that say, "Hey, you got the wrong hat on," and be like, "Oh, you think so? Okay, I bet you won't take it off. I bet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't try to take them brims. They don't.
Bet you, bet you won't take it off. Oh, all right. Yeah. Long as you don't try to take it off. Yeah. Iceberg said he's still here and he loves you back.
Shout out to Iceberg. Hey, look, I was
Yeah.
in New York. I was in New York a few years ago, right?
Hmm.
And one of my homeboys, he's a YouTuber too, but he don't be up here on YouTube that much. And he
Wait.
told me this is what he told me out of his own mouth. He said, "Look, Arabia, if you wear the New York baseball cap, right? Like I'm getting ready to order my New York baseball cap, and
Yeah.
it's gonna have the Statue of Liberty on the side." He said, "You cannot go to Massachusetts. You can't go to Boston, Massachusetts, and sit in the ball with that because Boston has a big rivalry with New York." I was like, I said, "Well, I'll listen to his advice, but
Yeah.
you know." My people live in Boston, Massachusetts. We got the Cape Verdean
Right.
American community out there. It's a gated community.
Hmm.
They don't allow nobody in unless you Cape Verdean or Cape Verde American.
Hmm.
And my grandmother was telling me, she said, "Arabia, that's very prejudiced." I said,
Oh,
I said, "It's very prejudiced." She said, "Yeah, it's very prejudiced." I said, "Well, they don't allow nobody else in." She said, "No, they don't allow no other Latinos in because the Cape Verdeans don't accept the other Latino." I said, "Well, they have to accept them one day,
hmm,
one day." And
hmm.
my grandmother said, "I don't know, baby. You might have to break the mold. You might have to do it. You might have to do it. You might have to grow your hair long again and all that. But you're gonna have to, let people know, hey, they belong over here too." But the Dominicans never gave me no problem. The Puerto Ricans never gave me no problem.
Hmm.
It's the Mexicans never gave me no problem. As long as you can speak that fucking Spanish,
Yeah.
you good. But a lot of
Okay.
them take offense when you speak Spanish because they speak
Hmm.
English.
Oh, okay. DJ
So
Cleveland. DJ Cleveland came in. He said, he wants. I think he wants the link. He came in. He said link. So I'm not sure. I don't know if Arabia's dropping the link again, but because she's been up here for a while, but it's up to her. But DJ Cleveland came in. Hi, DJ Cleveland.
hey, shout out to DJ Cleveland. No, I'm not dropping the link. You gotta find the link now. You gotta find the link because I'm not dropping it again. Even
Okay.
if I was to drop the link, ain't nobody else coming up here. Nobody.
We vibing. Hey,
Yeah.
I got Arabia all to myself. Nah, 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 nah. Listen, let them take that how they want.
Yeah,
We,
basically.
yeah,
Basically.
I'm really enjoying the conversation, and I thank you again for the time. I do, and what your grandmother was saying. Just be careful. Whatever you choose to do, whichever way you choose to, introduce anything. Just be careful with whatever you do, Arabia, because you don't forget what I said. You're worth it. Yeah, you're absolutely worth it, in my opinion.
I
Shout out
think
to
so.
shout out to Arabia.
Yeah. I might
Yeah.
need to do I might need to do what somebody told me a couple of days ago. They said, "Arabia, just go and, take care of that situation with your back, because that ain't going away. You already know it ain't going away. You already
Yeah.
know that."
Yeah. I don't want you in pain, but it's up to you. I don't want
Yeah.
but it's up to you. And like I said before, I'm not a big pill person. Um, Maybe try the heating pad. Maybe try some different ointments with some maybe some CBD in it, because they have those over the counter, at your local drugstores. They have those, and you can, rub it on your back or have somebody rub it on your back. No sex, but just rub it on your back so you can have some relief.
Right.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah, you deserve that relief. You don't deserve to be in pain. Consistent pain, I can't even imagine what that's like. I hurt my shoulder a few weeks ago, lifting weights, right? And it's been a rehab thing, getting my left shoulder back into place. But that pain can be annoying. It can
But
also,
you know what? I
yeah,
remember I remember when Lonnie was doing her videos or her exercise videos. I
yeah,
used to be all in there.
oh yeah. Mhm.
And like you said, you had an injury
Yeah, yeah.
from that.
Yeah, I was bench pressing. I wanted to get up to 160, right? So I got up to 160, and I could only lift 5 of the reps, right? And
Okay.
one particular time on this third rep, I was feeling kind of tired, but I wanted to push myself. And I missed you know how you bring the bar back down, and they've got these
Right.
yeah, they got these little hinges you're supposed to put the bar back on. I missed the left hinge on the bar, and
Oh my
yeah,
God, girl.
yeah, and it fell on my shoulder. But I'm almost back. That was a few weeks ago, like maybe like a
Well,
month.
why don't you? I don't mean no harm. I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go to Walmart myself and get it. Why
yeah,
don't you get that thing where you could put it on the frame of your door,
hmm,
like the frame of your bedroom door or your bathroom door,
the
and
pull
just
up.
do the pull-ups.
Yeah, I got a pull up bar. Yep.
Just do the pull-ups. The pull-ups are more better than bench pressing
I, I
and
just
stuff.
I just wanted to challenge myself, you know. And
Sometimes you can't.
yeah,
I mean, you can, but
because
just be
I'm little.
careful.
I'm
Just have a spotter the next time you go.
yeah,
Like
that's
if you do that again,
yeah,
have someone spot you.
yeah, that's
I'm
what my
serious. I'm dead ass
no.
serious. I see motherfuckers go to the fucking gym. I used to work in New York Sports Club a couple of years ago, and I
Hmm.
watched dudes try to be all and then one day one of them dudes dropped the shit on top of his own goddamn neck. If he
Yep.
didn't have that spotter, then
Hmm.
would have been gone.
Yeah, that's what my
And
babes.
I had to go over there to that goddamn place that they was working at, had to tape it off for a little while and
Hmm.
clean everything down. That took me a while to do that.
Mm.
Spit everywhere and all this other crap. That was years ago. That was what, 2005?
Hmm.
2005. I was still like in my 30s.
Okay.
I was
No, absolutely
every
no.
time I
But
think about my younger days, I'm like, damn.
but you know what? You're absolutely right. I should have had a spotter. But you're absolutely right. My babe said the same thing. He said you need to have a spotter. Um,
Yeah. Next time you go, have a spotter.
yes, ma'am. I will.
And
It,
don't do that again. Just if now your shoulder, now your injury is coming back. Just relax and take it easy. You don't gotta exercise every day.
yes,
And
ma'am.
I watch Lonnie struggling with her exercises almost every fucking day. Don't make no damn sense.
But
Take
she's
a
doing.
break off.
Yeah, you can take a break. She does. There's some days where she takes days off. There's a feedback, Arabia. You hear it?
Yeah,
Is that
it,
me?
you'll be fine. You'll be just fine.
Oh,
I
but
don't
yeah,
care.
she takes off from what she takes some days off. But I'm so proud of her taking the initiative. Also, for recording it, the workout.
Yeah.
They don't, and then this the second, no matter
Oh,
what you do.
hold on, Lovelace.
Yeah.
You are getting some feedback.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay. Sorry about that. But
It's
yeah,
good.
just taking the initiative to showing the workout, showing the work, like we tell, the other people when they're showing their work or whatever. I'm proud of her for showing her work because not a lot of people are willing to do that. So I know I don't record myself when I go and I work out. So, I'm proud of her for taking that journey because it's hard losing weight and stuff. It's hard
Right.
maintaining it.
Yeah, I had to hold on, Lovelace. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, I hear you. Something's happening. Hold on. Hold on. Ah, shit.
What you doing over there, Arabian?
What you doing over there? I ain't doing nothing. Something happened.
Okay.
My battery. All right, I'm gonna have to cut this short.
Okay. Well, thank you for the
Well,
time,
thank you. Yes, ma'am.
and I look forward to it. You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I still hear you.
Yeah. Okay, something. Okay, all right. Hold on.
Okay.
Something's going on.
Leave us alone, YouTube. Leave us alone, YouTube. We're having a good conversation. Uh-oh. Where'd you go, Arabia? Maybe you have to refresh. But in the words of Arabia, if y'all can still hear me, shout out to the chat. Thank you to everybody that came through. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, come over and support, join in the conversations. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep talking or if I should get off. Not really sure. I don't know if y'all can still hear me. If y'all are in the chat, if anybody's in the chat and y'all can still hear me, let me know. So I'll wait for a second or two. But if y'all can't still hear me, then I'll drop down. But shout out to Arabia for the time and the conversation. I appreciate it. For everybody in the bushes, hit the like button and leave a comment after the live. And thank you, Arabia, for your time. If you can hear me.
I'm back. Oh God, we had such a wonderful time, and my battery life started acting. I had 90%, and I keep forgetting that StreamYard takes up your battery life. And I enjoyed Lovelace. I did. She's a wonderful person and stuff. And she can always come back up here and hit the link if she wants to. And that's my thing. Because I like to keep people up that has a positive message. And I might have to drop my link again. And I don't like to drop my link uh, again. But let's see. Let's see if I can do it again. Invite guests. Copy. Boom. I'm doing everything that Sis Rabbit Got a Wrench taught me how to do for my own channel. And I really enjoyed Lovelace. I did. Wonderful lady. And I was enjoying the conversation, but like I said, the thing ran out, the battery ran out. I'm gonna drop the link again. And hopefully she gets the link again if she's not too busy. She's not too busy. Chat out to the chat. I'm gonna see if I can drop the link again. Oh, this thing is giving me. Oh, there you go. There go the link. And one thing I realized about StreamYard, when they want to act up, they will act up. That's them. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Lovelace, I'm still here. There's a little feedback, maybe. Okay, well, yeah, I got a lot of interference going on. A lot of interference, so I'm going to end the video. Shout out to Lovelace. Shout out to everyone that hit the chat area. The battery went low. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Uh, Lovelace. I enjoyed talking with you, Lovelace. Thank you for coming over and sharing your afternoon with me. And we was up here like almost 2 hours. This is the longest I have ever been on the StreamYard. 2 hours? I don't never do 2 hours. But I thank you, Lovelace, for coming up. I'm not so sure about that. But anyway, I want to shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my YouTube creators, my support team, uh, everyone that has came in into the chat, whether you was able to hit the link or not. Shout out to you. I'm going to end the video. Lovelace, we shall talk again. We shall talk again. Thank you, baby girl, for coming over. And thank you, Kelly G, for coming into the chat. Kelly G, Iceberg, and Pick and Choose TV, uh, DJ Cleveland, Tamika, highly favored, all of you. Thank you for coming in. Gonna close out the video. Thank you for coming in. I'm so sorry we got cut off. I should have been more vigilant about my battery. I should have remembered that StreamYard takes a lot of your battery life. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close out this video. See each other in the next video or perhaps in someone else's chat. So shout out to the chat. Shout out to those that support this channel. Like and share the video, please. Like and share the video. Let's get the message out. I am Arabia Barbosa, and I'm in Fort Western County, New York, and we are here, and we're getting ready to close it out. At least we was able to tell our story. Shout out to everyone that hit the chat area. I appreciate you so much. It's so wonderful to hear from everybody. Young Vies, yes. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Those that are not here will catch the playback. I really want my support team to hear this video. So I'm going to relax a little bit and I will get in touch with my support team. And these things do happen. They do happen. It's not only happened to me, it's happened to quite a few people. Not paying attention to the battery life on your phone or your computer device or whatever the case may be. And Lovelace, she got her own life to live. She's very busy. Shout out to her. Shout out to Tamika. Shout out to Holly Favored. Shout out to Young Riaz. Shout out to DJ Cleveland. Shout out to uh everyone that has hit the link or not hit the link but sat in the chat area. Ultimate Showgirl. Shout out to you. Shout out to the John Show. Shout out to Iceberg. Shout out to all of you that came over to support your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. And I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to take me a little nap after I eat me some food. Fried chicken and rice. White rice with some butter in it. All right. Okay. Um, M Soul, thank you for coming in. Thank everyone for coming in. Don't worry, Lovelace. We will talk again. And I appreciate you so much, Lovelace. You put me back right back on the track I need to go on. Just like Kelly G did, just like Brown Skin Lady has done, other YouTube creators have done it. Yeah. If I'm wrong about something, at least you can call me out. If I'm confused about something, at least you're able to talk about it. Yes. We were able to talk today. I enjoyed our conversation. We were so deep in the vibe and the conversation that I forgot about my battery in this phone. Oh, Lord. Lord, help me, Dios mío. Dios mío, abre la puerta. And I don't feel good. I just feel terrible. Not a very good host. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my ghost watchers. Love, ladies. Thank you so much for coming over and talking with your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. Thank you, Tamika, for coming over earlier. Highly favored. Those that showed up in my chat, Iceberg, Ears to the Street. Shout out to Ears to the Street. Keep doing videos. I'm listening. Iceberg, I'm listening. Vince the Sniper, I'm listening. Shout out to you. Shout out to you men on these YouTube streets. Plenty of others. The John Show. Lord have mercy. Thank you so much for being a part of Arabia Barbosa life. Thank you so much. But I'm going to close out the video. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. All right. I'm out of here. Y'all have an awesome evening. Be safe. Enjoy your evening. Do what you need to do. Enjoy your family. Do what you need to do. A lot of you are blessed. You're blessed. I'm blessed too. I just don't see my blessing right in front of me, but I'm blessed too. I have things I didn't have 4 years ago. I didn't have 3 years ago. I didn't have a year ago. Shout out to the chat. Peace.